Hello, everyone from the virtual world. Coach Denton here, calling Coach Whitson. We're going to expand on our basketball lesson we had last week. Hopefully, you've been out not only during your virtual PE time, but also on your own time, practicing the drills and the dribbling and the ball handling techniques that Coach Whitson demonstrated and I described for you last week. Today, we're going to continue with our basketball theme. We hope that you'll continue to practice hard. If you will take these drills and the instruction that you are receiving today and apply it to your basketball shooting, it will make you a better shooter. Everybody thinks they're a shooter in basketball, and we see people all the time catching the ball and they shoot it up every two hands like this, or they throw it, or they get way down here and heave it up. Well, there's a right way and a wrong way to do everything. And we're going to teach you the correct way, and you need to be patient with your skill level and your age and your size to develop the skills that it takes to do it correctly. And we're going to demonstrate that for you right now. All right, so Coach Whitson here is going to walk up here to the camera. Come up here, Coach, right here. Show everybody the basketball, and you see the handprints on the basketball. You have the blue hands and the yellow hands, and there's a green hand over here. Well, the blue hand is for your dominant hand, the hand that you write your name with, the hand you throw a baseball with, or you throw a rock with. That is your dominant hand. If you look, Coach is putting that dominant hand under the basketball. Okay? Now, he wants to get this ball on his fingertips and grip it with his fingertips, and it just relax in that little cup. Should be able to take something and stick it in between the ball and the hand. There's a little gap in there. And that's going to allow you to use your fingers when you shoot the ball. Notice the elbow. It's not chicken winged. And that's what we see a lot of times when kids are shooting. They'll get them elbows out wide, and that's wrong. Okay? You want that elbow down over your thigh, facing your target. Okay? Now, look at Coach's offhand here. Coach, turn around and show him the hand placement on the ball with the hands on the ball. Move your hand now. You see where the handprint is? The hand doesn't go behind the ball. Show him wrong, Coach. Like that. That's behind. It doesn't go in front of the ball up here. That's wrong. It goes on the side. Everybody see that? All right, come back around, Coach, straight. Elbows down. Fingertips control. Got a gap in here. Elbow is 90 degrees. Now his wrist is 90 degrees. So we got an elbow 90 and a wrist 90. And that's a good looking form right there for shooter. And I know from listening to Coach Whitson and playing ball with him in here in the gym, and you guys remember last year, he can shoot the lights out of it. So if you want to emulate anybody shooting, it's this guy right here. Okay? All right, Coach. So this hand offhand here, people think that this offhand, your non-dominant hand, if you're right-handed would be your left hand, they think that aids in the shooting. That just does nothing but get you from dribbling from the ball to here to here. When Coach shoots the ball, this hand never moves. He shoots it with his right dominant hand. Okay? All right? So, Coach, back up here. And let's let you demonstrate and talk about what it takes to how you warm up to shoot, how you start out with the progressions that you do to warm up shoot to get the form that you're going to do when you first start shooting.
Okay. All right. So the first thing you want to do, it's called form shooting. Okay. The first shot you take when you first start shooting balls should not be a three-pointer. It shouldn't be at the free throw. You should come up right next to the goal, like I am, close to the goal, in close proximity. And I want to start with form shooting. I'm going to start with my dominant hand underneath the ball, like Coach said. I want my feet. It starts with your feet. If you're right-handed, if your dominant hand is your right hand, you want your right foot pointing towards the middle of the goal. You want this is the beginning of your alignment, because if your right foot is pointing to the center of the goal, your knee is lined up with your foot, your elbow is lined up with your knee. and your shooting hand is lined up with your elbow, and the ball sitting on top of your shooting hand, this causes a straight line. This creates the alignment that you're looking for. So whenever you shoot, you shouldn't miss left or right. You should only miss long or short. That should be the only adjustments that you have to make if you're shooting with correct technique.
Everybody shake your head. That's right, Coach. Very
All right.
good.
Okay, so that's what we gotta. We make sure our feet are set, our feet are lined up, make sure our elbows are like Coach Denton said, and our hands, our wrists are back, our 90-degree, and we just want to start out with just your dominant hand. We're not even this. We can take this hand and put it behind our back, and then we want to bend our knees, and then when we shoot, we want to come up, and we want to flick our wrist just like I did. And we want to hold it until we see the ball either go through the net or fall off the rim, okay? And this is called follow through. Whenever we shoot, also one thing, when the ball rolls off your fingertips, the last thing that you want to touch the ball, the last part of your hand, are either these two fingertips together, your index finger and your middle finger, or your index finger by itself. Just whatever's most comfortable for you. And this allows for the ball to release from your hand in a straight line towards your target. And so we're going to try that again. I want to do this about probably 10 or 15 times. I want to make about 10 shots just like this. Bend my knees, up, watch it go through the hoop, regain the ball, bend my knees, up. Same thing, making sure my form is correct, my elbow's in, 90-degree angle. Make sure that the ball's off the palm, sitting on my fingertips and the pads of my hand. And I want to release the ball up. Ball's rolling off my two fingers, my index and pointer finger. After I make about 10 of those, I'm going to bring my other hand up, my off hand. This, like Coach said, this doesn't shoot the ball. All this does is hold the ball in place for me for whenever I'm ready to shoot it. So I'm going to bring this hand up. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make about 10 of these. And then after I make about 10 of those, I'm going to take one big step back, okay? Then I'm going to make about 10 more just like this. And then after about the first or second one in the second set of 10, I'm going to add a jump to it. And I'm going to make the rest of that 10 with a jump. And then after I make 10 of those, I'm going to take another step back, and I'm going to do that progressively all the way to the three-point line.
Coach, explain to the kids, excuse me, what your focus is on when you look at the rim.
So, for me personally, I always look at the front of the middle of the rim. Some people say they look at the middle of the back of the rim. It just depends on whether you're shooting short or long. It just depends on what you're most comfortable with, what you have the most success with. But I've also always heard people say that you never want to miss short, because if you miss short, you don't give yourself a chance with a shooter's bounce or a shooter's roll.
All right, boys and girls, we want you to take this drills that Coach Whitson has showed you here. Apply that at least for 30 minutes during your PE time, virtual PE time. If you do not have a basketball goal at home and you want to practice, you can just practice shooting the ball straight up in the air. Show them, Coach. He's going to shoot straight up, let it come straight back down. And now you're working on that elbow in, working on that wrist flick. You're working on the follow through, which is, I've always had people tell me it's like reaching into the cookie jar. You want to reach into the cookie jar off the shelf to get a cookie. So when you shoot, you reach into the cookie jar. That's your follow through. So what Coach is doing that, you can do that. Also, laying on your back, shooting the ball straight up, which is pushing it forward, but you use and isolate the same muscles. Then stand up and shoot it straight up. So if you don't have a goal, you can do that drill. Hopefully you can find a goal around your house or neighborhood, and you can practice that. And also practice it when you're not doing your virtual PE, okay? Coach, you got anything you want to add?
That's it.
All right, guys, y'all have a good week, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.